Well, good morning, everyone. As I must say to begin with, it's been a pleasure coming to all of your classes during the month of January and meeting all of you and practicing that forecast. Now it's time to actually make a real forecast. As just a reminder, we are forecasting this first week for Shreveport. Next week, we will forecast for Texarkana. And the last week, we'll take a week off. And then the last week, we will forecast, drum roll please, for Concord, New Hampshire was the over not barely winner here as far as the final place that we will forecast for. So that should pose perhaps some snow issues perhaps for that last week of February. We'll see if that actually does happen, even though it does look as though we are warmer than normal here for the month of February as we move forward. Let's first of all, for during these videos, I'm going to show you basically the same model that we show during our newscast during TV. This is Futurecast, and this is the BAMS model that you see on the list of the page there. So just kind of let you know that is the model that I'm showing here. And what I'm going to do is manually go through this hour by hour to show you basically what it's forecasting hour by hour on those days where we may have a cold front. Also going to go through and show you the rain hour by hour, and then we'll kind of wrap things up, and I may point out if we have any issues during this video, I'll also point out that. Now the thing about today's forecast is that we have a cold front, as you notice on the weather map on the top of this page. Kind of doubtful we'll see that front make it this far to the south, and you'll see that reflected with the temperatures here. So it looks like a pretty normal temperature day forecast. In fact, the model is pretty close to one another as far as the highs and the lows, so it should be relatively easy as far as the highs and lows. The big question will come whether or not you say yes or no on the rain, because the rainfall chance is kind of in that gray area here. So let's first of all talk about the amount of temperatures here. I'm going to take this through here with Futurecast, and this is not going to be as smooth as years past, as we have a new computer system, so I'm going to have to go through this manually. And I'm going to step through this. Start you off at midnight. Again, we're forecasting for midnight Tuesday morning to midnight Wednesday morning. And you can see that as I slide this back, that it looks like the low here with the BAMS was 61. There's a 60 you may have seen there. Again, notice Shreveport. Just keep your eye on Shreveport. We go from 60, stay in the low 60s, and then we start to warm up as we head into the morning hours. You can see by noon, temperatures up close to 70, and then 73 right there at 1 p.m. We kind of hover in the low 70s. So again, our particular model showing perhaps a high temperature right around 72, 73 degrees. And as far as any midnight weird low temperatures, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. As you can see going through the evening hours, we will see those temperatures stay for the most part in the mid 60s. So again, our model showing low 60s for highs and low 70s for nighttime lows. Now, that said, bear with me here. I'm going to have to call up a different graphic here to show you the rainfall chances. And here we go. And let me double click this because I have to do this manually just so that you can go through and see this. See if I can get this to load up here. So bear with me. So here we go. It's now where I have manual control. Again, midnight to midnight. Now you're watching for Shreveport. Right, the airport's right there. Right about there is what we're forecasting for. Okay, so let me move this forward here. And you can see that moving forward, not much rain during the morning hours, but as we head into the day, Futurecast, our model does have a few spotty showers popping up. Main thing here is the light green, very low intensity. Notice that all around Shreveport, this is really going to be a hit or miss type thing. It's quite possible, might see a hundredth or two, quite possible, may get missed. So this is one of those gray area days where it's kind of like a flip a coin thing. Now keep in mind the rain chances in the models 20-30% at best. So it's on the low end on the risk. If you want to gamble, you might say yes. If you want to play it safe, you might say no. So that's pretty much what we're looking at as far as the forecast here for rainfall. So that's day one. Again, relatively simple. No fronts to move through, just lots of clouds and maybe a slight chance of rain from midnight to midnight as temperatures rather warm for this time of year with highs in the 70s and lows for the most part in the 60s. That's pretty much what we have to discuss. So good luck on day one of the competition. I'll talk to you again tomorrow morning.